So we're going to go over your goals that we had talked about. Melissa, I don't have yours written down, but we've kind of talked about what your goals are for the month. So we'll go over those as well. And then kind of where you stand today as far as reaching those goals and where we need to work towards for the end of the month. And kind of give some suggestions on what we can do to focus, where we can put a little bit more time and energy so that we can be reaching those goals. Because something I would really like to do, like, yes, goal setting is great, but if you don't follow through with them and you don't actually put emphasis on hitting those goals, they're just kind of something written on a piece of paper, right? So I really want to help you girls to focus on really pushing for them and giving all of your energy into one thing so that we can really start building that confidence and boosting you up and moving your businesses forward. And it's just going to help you to start creating that momentum in your business. And it's so vital to creating that momentum to keep moving forward so that when you do hear those no's, you don't get discouraged, because we all hear them. You guys, I hear them all the time, but I don't let that stop me. But the reason I don't let that stop me is because I have built that confidence within myself. When I first started this, I didn't have that confidence. I would let that get me down, and then I would kind of go a day or two or maybe 3 without reaching out or inviting people. But here's the thing. If you're not reaching out and creating new conversations with people, you have nobody to invite to anything, right? So, and if you're not inviting anybody to anything, it's always going to be a no, and you're never going to get yeses. You know, occasionally, if you're posting consistently, you're going to get somebody that reaches out to you. But most of the time, even when I make a blanket post inviting to a challenge group, it's usually crickets, because not everybody wants to put stuff out there or say it on Facebook or comment on something. So the personal invites is where it's at, making that one-on-one connection with people, building that relationship, and then inviting them to join us to help them get on a healthier, happier path. Okay? So does that kind of make sense? Is anybody currently struggling with conversations or reaching out to new people or anything like that you want to share? No. Is anybody struggling with adding to their contact list? That's something I struggled with big time, and I didn't do it for probably a good 18 months of my business. And, you know, thankfully enough, I have quite a few friends, and when I would add quite a few, so I haven't hit that wall. But that's something I'm really focusing my energy on, is really reaching out to new people, adding to my contact list, adding more friends on Facebook. Because if you keep hearing no and you kind of stay in that same circle of people, let's say the same 100 people, you're gonna get discouraged because you're only reaching out to the same people. You've gotta step out of that comfort zone and start building connections with new people. Okay, so I actually posted a couple videos that should be really helpful. One was from Melanie Mitro in our group. I think it was like 15 minutes long. And then there was another one, Christy, I can't remember her name. But she actually had 2 of her brand new coaches on the call and sharing their tips on how they're reaching out to people, adding to their network, and inviting people. And they hit diamond in the first less than 60 days of their business, which is crazy. I mean, that takes a lot of focus, you guys. Like, that doesn't just happen. Those girls were committed to hitting some big goals. So, you know, don't let that discourage you. Like, not most people go diamond that quickly, but it goes to show, like, if you really have that focus and you have big goals for yourself, you push yourself outside of your comfort zone a little bit faster. Okay. So, really quickly, to add to your list, some really easy things that you can do is going to your suggested friends. Now, that's if you click on like where people add you, and then you can open it up and it says suggested friends. I don't encourage you to just go through and add everybody, because we don't want to waste our time. Not that you can't help everybody, but you really want to focus your time and energy on reaching out and creating relationships with people who are in your niche, in your target market. So you're not going to go and friend a bunch of guys. right? One, you're probably not going to be much help to them. Two, they're a lot harder to get involved with anything. And three, if you have a significant other, that's probably not going to go over so hot, right? So you're probably not going to be reaching out to guys. I typically look for women who maybe have kids in their profile, or if we have several. Christy Curtis, yes, thank you very much, Michelle, was the coach who had that call that I was talking about that was like 25 minutes long that I shared in our group. But if you're reaching out to people, I try to look for people, like I said, I have several mutual friends in common. I shoot them a friend request, and then I just say, hey girl, like I saw that Facebook suggested that we be friends. I saw that we had a lot of mutual friends in common. I'm just looking to connect with other mommies, or one girl today had, her profile picture was like an empowering women quote. And I was like, bam, right? Because that's exactly what we do. So I was like, I just was really encouraged by the quote that you have as your profile picture. And I always love connecting with other empowering women. I hope you don't mind that I sent you a friend request. Something as simple as that. So that's one way that you can do it. Another way that I used to do in the very beginning, and I don't do so much of anymore, but I would go to a close friend, their contact list. I would go to their friends list, and then I would friend request somebody that maybe I had, it's an acquaintance that I had talked to, seen it at parties, seen it at, like birthday parties or something like that for kids. Just anybody that maybe we would have connected with in the past. And then also any of their friends that I had, 5 or 10 mutual friends in common with, because then you have something as a conversation starter. So that was another route. And then you can also go the route of adding yourself into very specific groups on Facebook. This is going to be more time consuming because you have to get in the group and get involved and start creating relationships with people in the group before you actually add them. These I advise you to be very careful with, because that's what a lot of Beachbody coaches do. So find a group that's totally unique to you. Okay. On that call with Christy Curtis, there was one girl that had, I don't remember what the group was that she was in, but it was very specific to her. And for example, one that I'm in, and I'm sure we've talked about this before, but one group that I'm in is a Doberman group, because I have a Doberman. So something that's very specific to you that not most Beachbody coaches are going to be looking to search, like all the clean eating ones and healthy and fitness and even like a budget friendly for healthy cooking and stuff like that. All that kind of stuff is going to be pretty saturated with not just Beachbody coaches, but probably a lot of MLMs. So doing certain things like that and making sure that it's very specific to you. Okay. So just a couple tidbits. If you're feeling discouraged with hearing no's, or like you maybe need a little bit of a confidence boost, I strongly encourage you to listen or read to You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, and also Go for No by Richard Fenton. Go for No by Richard Fenton is like an hour and 15 minutes audio or something like that. Phenomenal book. I've listened to that a couple times, and that really just reminds you that you have to go through the no's to get to the yeses. And if you hit the yeses, then you tend to slack off. So it's helping you to keep pushing. Okay. All right, awesome. So I will step down off of my soapbox now, and we will go through each of your goals and see what we can make some suggestions and help with to help you push for the last 11 or whatever, however many days we have left. So Donna, you are up first because you're first on the call, my dear. So I'm going to unmute you. And I know that the last time that we talked, you didn't really have any goals, and you were kind of struggling with what you really wanted. I know that Success Club 5 was on your list, and scheduling and creating business hours to give yourself some more structure, and then also enrolling your first coach this month. So first, let's start with, have you thought any more about what your goals are for the year, like your top 3, where you kind of want to go with that, or how does that look for you?
Yeah. So I don't remember if we wrote this down or not, but I think I had mentioned it about reaching Success Club every month for the rest of the year, because I know that you had said what I was talking about originally wasn't really a goal that was pushing me, and so this made, just go the whole entire year. So that's at least for yearly. And I guess also, so once I heard everyone else's, it kind of made me think about what I wanted to do. And one thing that I did want to do is at least lose 20 pounds, and I don't know exactly how many inches off my waist, but I guess maybe go down a jean size, because that's something I just haven't really felt awesome. So I want to do that for this year. I know I can probably achieve it sooner, but that's my goal for the year. Oh, and to at least pay one of my credit cards off.
Yeah.
That's something I really need to do.
Now they're just flowing.
Yeah, because I was thinking of myself, I'm like, you know what, just do it. Just, yeah.
So in order for you, like, reaching Success Club every month, we can talk about that, and you know that doing the 4 vital behaviors is what is going to get you there. As far as losing 20 pounds or going down a jean size and just feeling more confident about yourself, definitely engaging, maybe getting involved in one of the groups again, more than just the Fixin' Foodies, to get that momentum back, so that you're staying on track. And then for the paying off a credit card, you don't have to tell us how much it is or whatever, but what would help you? Like, what dollar amount monthly would help you to accomplish that? Have you thought about that, or is that something that you maybe need to sit down and figure out what your monthly payment should be on that card for the next 8 months?
Let me get back to you, because I'll actually look and I'll give you a specific number, so you can, like, help me keep track. But yeah, let me take a look. Okay.
Making it as specific as you possibly can. That's actually a couple of our goals this year. Is we have 2 credit cards left, and we've already paid 1 off this year, and that is our goal. But I have broken down, this is how much we have left to pay on it. This is what we need to pay on a monthly basis, non-negotiable, to make that happen. So make it as specific as possible, and what we can apply from Beachbody to help you push for that. Okay?
Definitely. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, cool. So you'll get back to me on that. How are you doing with Success Club so far this month?
So I feel like I've been trying a lot more. I mean, I've been talking to a lot more, and I've been getting a lot of, I guess, positive feedback and positive conversations from a lot of people instead of dead air, which has been good. Yeah. So I've had a lot of people tell me that they have to wait until payday. I know mine doesn't come until next Friday. So I guess some people who are like, oh, let me just wait until I get paid, this and that. So hopefully it follows through. I've been keeping in contact with these people for a while, so it's kind of people who are coming around. So I'm hoping, I'm really hopeful. I'm still trying, I'm still talking to people. So, I'm crossing my fingers that it actually comes through this month.
Okay, awesome. So I would encourage you to keep reaching out, starting new conversations with people, and inviting new people every day, not just focusing on those people actually following through with their word. And then whatever their date is that they said that they would give you, or that they would have it or whatever, I would make your deadline for registration like a day or 2 later, and just say, when you follow up, hey girl, I know we talked about that this day would be good for you, and I just wanted to give you a heads up that our registration deadline is going to be whatever that date is. And I didn't want you to miss out, because our slots are filling up quickly and the registration will close on blah, blah day. Okay? Give them a definitive deadline that we either need a yes or a no, so that way you can focus your energy on somebody else if they're not going to make it happen this time around. And then you can put them on your follow-up list. Okay? It's not that you're going to forget about them. It's just you don't want to keep following up and spending 5 or 10 minutes in conversation with somebody that's just kind of, maybe, and not really a for sure yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. So how many people would you say that you're reaching out to on a daily basis to create new conversations? And then how many are you inviting on a daily basis?
So I would say talking to about 5, and then usually inviting about 3.
Okay. Those are good numbers.
Yeah. And usually every single day, you know, at least I try to be as consistent as possible. Some days I'm, you know, a couple short, but generally I try to keep it up.
Okay, awesome. So because we're down to like the last 11 days, I would try and increase your invites to 5. That's 2 more a day. Increase that to 5 to increase your chances and to connect with more people. And the other thing I wanted to suggest to you is you have amazing feedback and some really awesome information as far as makeup. And you get a lot of people that really feed into when you're making makeup posts and you're asking questions about eyebrow, you know, because you're something that you are good at and you enjoy talking about. So something I would encourage you to do is maybe do a challenge group that intertwines the two.
Oh, I guess I never thought about that.
Like, you know how we've talked about, like, maybe you read a book. Marguerite's like, I will totally join that. But you get a lot of people engaging on that stuff, and that's who you are. So start connecting with those people and say, hey, girl, like, I know you always like my makeup tips or whatever. You know, I'm going to be starting this nutrition and fitness group. But we're also going to be adding in, like, daily makeup tips or daily whatever, you know, to help you with your makeup and maybe to change your look or whatever. And it would be something that's fun for you because you enjoy talking about that, and you may really start to engage more with those people.
That's actually a really good idea that I never would have thought about ever.
Yeah. Another thing too, sorry. I was like, even if you posted like tutorials, like people love that kind of stuff. Like I look up tutorials all the time on like eyeshadow and stuff like that, just because like I feel like I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. Like, hey, if I were to post like I just bought this new palette, if I were to post a tutorial on how to use it, like would you be interested? You know what I mean? Like that would be the thing people are always looking for. So I'd be like, show me, I'm not that great at it, I want to see, you know. So yeah, I'm sure.
Totally agree. Thank you.
Sorry.
No, thank you. That's awesome. I totally agree with that. And using that Facebook Live, you guys, I totally botched using it live for the first time yesterday. But that is amazing. Like if you did a tutorial doing it live, that's huge because Facebook is really wanting to be the next YouTube. So they're really pushing that into infinity big time. The more videos you're doing, if you can stream them live, it's even better. So doing something like that, or asking the question of, you know, if I were to do a tutorial or if I were to show you something about makeup. But I really think doing a challenge group, including that, would really hit your target market because that is who you are.
No, you're right. You're right. That's a really good idea, actually. I guess I just never thought of intertwining too. That's such a good idea.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm definitely taking that. So thank you.
You're welcome. All right, girl. Cool. So I'm excited to see you push forward for the rest of April, and we'll keep working for those goals. And then let me know on that credit card, and we'll do some numbers together. Okay?
Definitely. Writing it down now.
All right, girl. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, Miss Melissa. How are you feeling, Mama?
A little better.
Yeah. Okay. So I know you had a little bit of a setback last week. And I know that pushing for Emerald was your goal for this month, and hitting Success Club 5 too, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So where are you as of now? And what can we focus on to help?
I'm not anywhere close.
That's all right. So we're at Success Club 0?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I've seen people hit Success Club 5 in the last 48 hours of the month. So don't let that discourage you by any means.
Well, I was just out to dinner with my family, and my mother-in-law starts talking about Shakeology out of nowhere. Like I've never talked to her about it ever. And she's like, oh, so-and-so sells it. And I was like, oh, yeah? I was like, so do I. And she's like, you do? I'm like, oh, my God. How have I not talked to her about this? So she might order something. But cool. I don't think it's going to get me to where I need to be. But it was just kind of like I had like a stupid moment. Like, these are my relatives. And they're like, they don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's an eye-opener that maybe talking to them a little bit more about it. And if she is interested, you could always share the opportunity of becoming a preferred member or discount member, so that way she's saving on Shakeology and she's going to help grow your business too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that could be an option too. And then how are you doing since getting back home? How are you doing reaching out? Like, how many people would you say you're connecting with and making new conversations with, and then also inviting on a daily basis?
I'm not doing that a very good job. I mean, I've probably put a lot of my time into my group challenge group right now, and then actually one of the people that's in there, she had a program and she just jumped in, and then we were discussing, like, she wanted to order hammer and chisel. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. You know, it's on special this month. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh, I'm doing 22 hardcore now. And so I sent her a message and I'm like, you already have someone else that you're working with? Or I'm like, I want you to go back to them if that's what you're doing. And she's like, oh, no, my friend gave it to me. So I feel like I'm getting nowhere with her. Like, she's just going to keep getting people to give her stuff. Yeah. I can't even get her as a customer. I mean, I care about her. I want her to do well, but it was just kind of like a thing. Because I've spent a lot of time on her, so I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah, so I would encourage you to keep helping her. If she's not working with anybody, I would maybe send her a message and say, hey, girl, like, I just want to be sure that you're not already working with another coach, because I'm not going to encroach on somebody else's client. And I really need to focus my energy on my own clients. But if she's truly not working with another coach, I would still work with her, but I wouldn't focus nearly as much energy on her. I wouldn't get back to her like super quick if she messages a question. Like, I wouldn't ignore her, but I wouldn't give her as much of attention, because here's the thing. When I signed up, I started with a burnt copy from Chrissy, and I rolled on that for like 6 months before I enrolled to be a coach with Kelly. So, and I've had many people do that to me as well. And, you know, sometimes you just have to really get a feel for what you're going to provide them and the value you're giving them. So I wouldn't totally shut her out, but I wouldn't necessarily focus all your time and energy on her either, because she may become, you know, one of your best coaches. You just never know. So just kind of take it with a grain of salt, and, you know, do your best to be positive and see where things kind of go. But I would make sure, again, you know, I don't, you know, if you are working with somebody, that's great. But I'm, you know.
Yeah, we had that conversation, and she's not. And so then I followed up with her again, because it's close to the end of the month. Like, was she still going to order that? Because that's what she talked to me about initially. And she's like, well, no, I have this now.
Like, okay, great.
So I was like, okay, like, I just talked about something else.
Yeah. So but I would just let her finish out the group, and then for future groups, I mean, I make it a requirement, unless there's somebody that I've been kind of having on the fence for a little while, that I know that I want to put my time and energy into, I require a challenge pack. And I just say, well, you know, I understand that, you know, you might not have it, or if they already have a program, then I require Shakeology. So it might give you a little bit of a baseline, you know, to get going. But
well, this was my first one, and so I wanted to have more than just the 2 customers that I had, and they're all active. There's only one person that's kind of not really there much, but they're all working hard, and they're all participating and encouraging each other, and so I like that part of it. I'm not saying that I think it's not going well, but those were just like the little weird things that I'm going through.
Yeah, no, that's great that you're getting all that engagement.
But I need more. I need to invite more people. I need to talk to more people. I I've gotten pretty good at my schedule and posting and stuff. And then I felt weird about, I was sitting in the hospital and like these really like happy things are posting on my page, and I felt like I was dying, and I was like, this like I should just like cancel all these. But I didn't really want to share that stuff. I didn't know if that was appropriate to share. Do you share this like big Debbie Downer bomb on people after you're always like putting out all this encouragement stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's okay to be real because people aren't happy all the time. I mean, it's just the reality. So as much as you feel comfortable with sharing, obviously what your health is going through and what you're dealing with baby is, you know, you might not want to put it all out there. But, you know, I would definitely make a post out of it, but I pretty much am an open book anymore. So that's with what you're comfortable with. And over time, you'll get more comfortable with sharing things like that. But just put a positive spin on it. And then it won't be, you know, such a negative thing. It's something that's real. It's something that you're going through and you're struggling with. And you may be struggling with, I know one post or maybe we just talked about it, struggling with, you know, kind of self-image and gaining some weight while being pregnant, and like all that stuff is just you being very real, and they're very real feelings, and it's okay to feel that, you know, and just kind of putting it out there and, you know, sharing, but I'm not going to let that get me down, or I'm not going to, you know, totally fall off the wagon because I'm not feeling all that great, or, you know, whatever it means for you. Don't be afraid to put your feelings out there. I think it makes you relatable.
Mm-hmm.
That help?
Yeah.
Okay. So the girls that are doing really good in your group, have you presented the coaching opportunity to them? Do you plan to? What are your thoughts there?
I have not, and I will. I'm going to. Nothing in me is like screaming out that they're going to do it. I know that's not a reason not to ask them, but I don't feel like I'm going to get a yes out of it, but I'll still ask them.
You can't say that. You have to be they're going to say yes. They're being rock stars, and they're proving to you that they want to be involved in this, that they enjoy the community of people and they want more. So think positively about it. And if they say no, they say no. But you know, if they're engaging and encouraging other people and doing really well, reach out to them and say, girl, like, you are doing such a great job in this group. I love how motivating you are. I love that you're encouraging the other girls. I know that everybody really enjoys having your presence in the group. And I just wondered if you have ever considered doing what I do as a health and fitness coach. And you can even say, you're already doing what I do, so I'm wondering if you would like to inspire those who are around you, or something like that. Because if there's a reason that they're engaging. Not everybody engages in challenge groups. You know, not everybody is a rock star and posts all the time. And you better believe my people that are rock stars are on this call or are on the team. So don't be afraid to reach out to them and tell yourself, and if you have to do it several times, tell yourself, they are going to say yes. I am going to grow my team. I'm going to help these women to empower other women. Be positive about it, because if you think in your mind that if you're already defeated, then they're going to say no. But if you have that confidence and you have that light about it, it's going to come across in your message. Smiling on the phone, people know. You know, your tone changes when you're smiling. It's the same thing when you're typing, because when you start typing and you're happy, you say all these things that are great about the person. If you just say, well, I think you're doing a really great job in the group, so I was just wondering if you would want to become a health and fitness coach like me. But if you say, girl, like, I love that you're killing it in the group, you are inspiring all the other girls, you're commenting on everybody's things, and the girls really love having you in the group, whoa, and you get amped up about it, it's going to come across. And even sending a voice message instead of typing it out in Messenger, like, that's huge too, just so that people can hear your voice and connect with you on a different level.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea. I didn't think about that. Because the one lady, I've known her online only for like 4 or 5 years, and I might get to meet her this summer, but I gave them like one of the posts was like bonus points if they would make a vision board and like share a picture of it. And she did this like elaborate collage that she made on her computer with all these awesome quotes and pictures and food and this and that. And I was like, wow, you just like put mine to shame.
Yeah.
My magazine clippings are going down.
Oh, put it in the fridge. I was going to cook it earlier and I didn't get the chance. Thank you.
No, that's awesome. Like, I would definitely reach out to those people. I mean, people that do things like that are going above and beyond for a reason. They want more out of life, or they're striving for bigger things. So I would definitely reach out to them. And if you need help, I'm more than happy to help. And I think that diving into you're a badass or something to help instill some confidence will help too. No, that's okay. I muted you back up. You're fine.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, so to reach our goals this month, we're gonna work on connecting and starting new conversations with 3 to 5 new people each day, and then inviting 5 people each day. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay, and just a reminder for you guys, there are samples of how I invite in the screenshots in our photo albums of the Team Living Healthy and Fit group, okay? So you can see exactly how I word things. But I would definitely reach out to those people who are shining bright in your group, and maybe even that girl that kind of gave you the runaround, like ask her, enroll her with a coach, as a coach with the hammer and chisel that she was talking about, if it's something that she's interested in doing, if she's, working, if she's engaging a lot in that group. But don't be afraid to reach out to those people.
Okay.
It starts to build that confidence. The more you do it, the more you practice makes perfect, you guys. Like, I word vomited and I screwed up so many conversations when I started. This doesn't just happen. You have to find your rhythm. You have to talk to people. You have to figure out what kind of wording you want to use. Look at, I don't know how many of you have seen our What is Coaching call, but my first 3 sucked, like bad. I would get off of that call and I'd go, oh, and I've been doing Zoom calls with you guys for how long? Like, I just felt like poop afterwards. So I watched some of the top coaches. I watched their What is Coaching calls before we had ours last week. And I sat here, Kelly gave me this little guy. I forget what kind of rock it is, but it's for inspiration and envisioning your goals. And I sat here before that call and I held this in my hand and I told myself that I was going to kill it and I was going to do an awesome job and I was not going to be babbling over my words. And that's what I felt like every time. I was not going to do that and I was going to rock it. And you know what? I felt like I could run a marathon after that call because I was like, I just freaking killed that shit. So just know it takes time, okay? It takes practice. You might fumble over your words. Who cares? It's all right. Just practice makes perfect, okay? Just get yourself out there, step out of that comfort zone. And if somebody does say no, I will remind you to say, okay, I totally understand. Now it's not a good time. Would you be interested in a group later on down the road? If they say no, maybe, whatever, then I always follow it up with, okay, I can, definitely let you know on future groups. Would you happen to know anybody that would be interested in joining me for this month or be interested in something like this? Ask for referrals. You might not always get them, but sometimes you do, and sometimes people will give you 3 or 4 or 5 names. So don't be afraid to ask for referrals too. Okay.
And I'm just worried about that because Erin's going to come home finally.
Yay.
Finally. Probably in the next 10 days. And I'm just like, is that going to totally mess me up, derail my whole plan or progress or anything? So I'm trying to prepare and plan this out, but all I care about is just being with him.
Oh, I know. I'm sure. I can only imagine how hard it's been for him to be gone this long. So it's probably going to derail you a little bit. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. but start thinking of a plan now. Like, when is a time that you can dedicate just an hour? Like, just tell yourself, I'm doing this for an hour and I'm shutting it off. And talk with him about that. You know, when you do talk to him, this is really important for us, for me, and for us. And I want to have this 1 hour. So maybe it's your lunch break at work and it's not even taking any time away from you guys. Maybe you wake up an hour earlier and you knock it out first thing in the morning. But creating that 1 hour and just making sure you set that aside. And, you know, the first couple of days, just make sure you're posting on Facebook at least once. Just be present, because you guys are going to want to love all over each other and catch up and do all that. So just and that's for any time life throws you a curveball or something's going on, you guys, just make sure you stay present. Don't totally disappear, because then you're going to lose all that credibility that you've been working so hard to build up. Okay. So, and we can talk about that.
Sorry to everybody else who doesn't know what we're talking about. Just because my husband's been deployed all year. And he didn't got to do any of the baby stuff with me at all.
Yeah. Like, he left a couple months after they got married. Like, they found out the Monday after their wedding that he was being deployed. So it's been a very stressful. They haven't really had the newlywed anything. So and she's pregnant and hormonal, and
we had enough time to get pregnant. That's it.
Yeah. Which is the important thing. So, okay, so we'll talk about that more, but kind of start thinking about now, like, I know he's going to be home for a while, kind of on rest leave, but we need to think about when's going to be the best time for you and for him. Like, if he wants to sleep in the morning, maybe you can just wake up an hour earlier and knock it out then, and then you're not taking time away from each other at night. Okay. All right, cool, girl. Thank you. All right, Marguerite, coming to you, girl. And on Thursday morning, we'll officially announce this girl as Emerald in her first 4 weeks of being a coach. How exciting is that?
That is really exciting. I was so excited the other day. I can't think about anything else.
So let's go back to your goals. And your goals were Success Club 5, talking to 100 people, enroll your first coach. So you've hit Success Club 6 already this month, and you've enrolled 2 coaches to hit Emerald. So woo, girl. So what are the rest of your goals for this month?
Well, I know, I'm like, well, if these 2 people that are like kind of questionable about ordering, that'd be like Success Club 10. That'd be cool.
And Success Club 10 along with Emerald means you would get Success Club leads, which are leads from Beachbody, and you earn commission and Success Club points on their first order. So yeah,
that'd be awesome. I had like a few people that were kind of just like, you know, back and forth with ordering, but then I was like, well, now come on.
Yeah.
You know, so now I want to keep going. So yeah, it's exciting, really exciting. I was super excited. So kind of like, I think we just had that conversation like earlier in the day. I was like, oh, I don't know, like, you know, just kind of getting a little, you know, so that was like good timing. It all worked out. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're doing awesome. How are you doing creating that power hour and that structure? I know that we're going to be going through some changes here soon. So you're really working on creating that schedule and that structure.
I am. I'm really trying. I watched that. I think I commented. No, I didn't. I watched the one you posted about like growing your list and stuff, and that was super helpful. Like, it gave me a lot of like ideas I didn't even think of. And then I watched the other one, the marketing plan one today. Yeah. And that was like, I had so much takeaway from that. And I said, that's like my goal for May, like to set that up and make a plan. That way, when I go back to work, like I'm a planner. Like, I have to have, like, if I have something planned, I'll do it. Like, I'll set the time to do it. So that was super helpful to hear like what works and like how she set stuff up, because like, that's exactly like what I'm going to do for May. And, you know, go from there. Yeah. So, but I mean, I think I'm doing good. I think I struggle with like offering, like talking about the coaching opportunity to people. I don't know why. I'm sure like everyone kind of feels the same, like when they're starting out, but I think that's probably like one of the, like the hardest thing for me to talk about sometimes. Like if I'm like, oh, they're not, I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they'll do it. And then like, I'll talk to them and I'm like, okay, thanks. Like, I don't know. Okay, thank you. But it's okay. I mean, I think I'll get there in time. It's just like confidence, I just need to kind of get, more confidence. And so, yeah.
And don't be afraid to if you're feeling like it's because you're a newer coach and you're just getting started and you maybe don't know everything. Okay, but that doesn't matter because we have these. So, and everything is available in our groups. Everything is available in your Coach Online office, which it never was before. So all of the tools are there. All of the resources are there. They just need a little bit of guidance, right?
Yeah.
Reaching out to those people who you think are rock stars and just say, I know this might sound totally crazy and I'm just kind of starting this myself, but I think you would totally be amazing and I'm loving this journey already and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Have you ever considered being a health and fitness coach, or have you ever considered doing what I do?
Yeah.
Or would you ever consider joining me? Something like that. Just be honest. Like, you don't know everything. I still don't know everything. And I've been a coach for 4 years next month. So it's okay to not know everything. All the tools and resources are there. And Google, you guys, like seriously.
Yeah. I Google everything.
Yeah. So just try to get yourself to step outside that comfort zone and to introduce that to, let's say, 3 people this week.
Yeah.
At the end of the week. And the first one will be the hardest. And then the second one will be a little bit easier. And then the third one, you'll be like, oh, shoot, why wasn't I doing this before?
Yeah. Yeah.
So just imagine how excited you are right now, like 4 weeks in, like how excited you are, how excited you were to hit that first milestone in your rank advancement, all of those feelings, and let that be let that person be who's talking when you're inviting people to the coaching opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think that kind of helped, definitely, like meeting that, that goal. For one, obviously made me like super excited, but then it made me even more excited to like share it with people because, I wasn't like feeling too, I don't know, I didn't have a whole lot of confidence in myself about it, but having that confidence now, I'm like, if I can do it, you can do it. Like, if, why not you if I can? So that really helps too, to share. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're doing great, girl. What, are you still working with Eat That Frog, or were you talking about downloading that the last time we talked?
I did download it. Yeah, I started working. I was reading that, and then me and you were talking kind of back and forth, and then you had told me to do the You Are a Badass. Mm-hmm. So I downloaded like the sample of it on my Kindle, and I like read through that already, and I really like it. So I think I'm going to order it. So I really like that. Yeah, for sure. So I'm going to do that. And then I like those, though. I think I said it last time, like Melissa had shared that website with like those podcasts and stuff. I do that every morning. Like that's like routine now. Every morning I like listen to something off there. And I mean, I've had like a lot of takeaway from that, things I just kind of like incorporate, or it's made me think about things differently. So I really like that a lot. It's just, when I'm making coffee or making breakfast, like I just turn that on, and I really enjoy that a lot. I do that like daily. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I like that. So
good. So you're diving deep into the personal development. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's definitely made a huge difference. So
cool.
For sure.
Any other questions we can help you with?
I don't think so. No, I don't think.
No? Okay.
I don't think so. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing. Great job, girl. Can't wait to make your big announcement on Thursday morning.
Excited.
All right, girl. I'm going to mute you back up, and then Miss Michelle. There you are. Hello. Oh, I unmuted you. Now you muted you and unmuted you. Are you there? We can't hear you. I don't know why when you have your earbuds, we can't hear you. Because the last time you had your earbuds in, I couldn't hear you. Oh, Paul, you're muted.
How about now?
Yeah.
The problem, you know what it is I had my wireless earbuds in, and I haven't got, they're brand new, and I haven't figured out how to get the microphone to work.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's
I just
okay.
figured that out. So anyways.
Okay, so I don't have your goals written down here, but I know you sent them to me through Facebook Messenger a few days ago, and one was Success Club 10. What was the other goal?
Diamond by June by Summit. Retired by December 2017.
Yes.
And there was a couple other, but I can't remember exactly.
Getting your
what they
nutrition,
were.
I think getting back on with Fix, which I've seen in the group that you've been getting your workouts in daily.
Yes.
Which is awesome. Glad to see you're back on track.
Yes. Now I'm, my husband and I had kind of had a talk tonight, because he asked me, he said, so what are you still doing? Are you doing anything with this? And I'm like, yeah, I am. And I told him that I need set work hours, that I want to either have 7:30 to 9 or 8 to 9:30 or something, that I can do nothing but work on my business. And I'm getting my whiteboards out again and getting the calendar done for the groups that I want to do in May. I'm getting May's calendar all set so I can start advertising for my next challenge group. I want to have my 10 and play on there. I kind of want to have a whiteboard, a big whiteboard going where I can keep track of everything. And then plus my planner. I think if I have it all written out on a big whiteboard and I see it daily, that I'm going to have more success.
Mm-hmm.
After the call, I plan on getting out again and getting my buffers scheduled for the mornings. I've been doing a lot of YouTube at work, listening to YouTube calls.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different things about the pages, like that one for that Jesse, the one that I got from Meg.
Mm-hmm.
That was really, really informative.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do a lot of I got a lot of ideas written down for that one. I want to start posting more. I want to post at least 5 to 6 times on Facebook. And not Beachbody stuff, but, just posting.
Yeah.
And I have like 3 people right now that are very interested in Shakeology and a workout program. So I'm working with them. One of the girls is going to be on your What is Coaching call this last Wednesday, but she had something come up with her mother. And then she was trying to get on the one with Kelly the next night, because then Kelly had internet problems.
Yeah.
So, and I haven't talked to her this week because she's been out of work. She's been sick, so she hasn't been at work. So I haven't got to talk to her, but I gave her some couple of single serve Shakeology, and she loved it.
Awesome.
And she's not new to network marketing. She used to be with It Works, but it didn't work for her either. So
shocking. Shocking. It works. Does it work?
Well, I can't say that I've never seen it work, because I did. Like my niece, every time I wrapped her, she lost 4 inches. Like seriously. It just didn't work for me. But anyways, so she's very interested in even maybe doing the business, which would be awesome, because I need a working coach. I have discount coaches that, stay, then fall off, and come back, and, Melissa's kind of off right now. She's not been doing as much Shakeology as she was, so she had extra bags, so she kind of stopped her order for now. She doesn't want to cancel her account, but she's inactive. Her coaching fees are paid, but she's inactive.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if she'll be back on next month or not yet. I haven't really had we had a couple of conversations, but I'm not pushing her. So, you know, I think she'll be back. The girl that I had you invite today, she did get the invitation this time, but again, she was busy at work, and then she has pool tonight. She plays pool league, so she will probably get in the group tomorrow. So it's kind of where I'm at right now, but
Okay.
the talk with my husband was actually really good, because I told him that, you know, because he's like, I just don't know how you're going to do it, you know, how you're going to keep up with it, and, you know, you're not young. All them people that I seen at that thing that he said, that thing, Super Saturday, he said they were all young people. I didn't see anybody old there. And I told him, I said, you know, there are older people. There's people older than me doing it. I mean, look at the Realmans.
Mm-hmm. Look at Ann.
So, yeah. So I don't know. I think he understands a little bit more. I told him that he needs to tell me that I can do it instead of telling me I can't. He doesn't think that I can.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he needs to be more supportive and, you know, not get upset when I'm working, you know, because our bedroom's in the basement. That's where I'm at right now. And, you know, I come down here where it's quiet and, you know, not get mad because I'm coming down here to do something at night. You know, I get that he's home all day and he doesn't have interaction. You know, my husband's on disability, so he's retired. Did I just freeze? Because I look like you froze.
No, you're okay.
Oh, because I see frozen picture. Not very pretty. Anyways, you know, so he's bored and, you know, he wants interaction, you know, with an adult, but I think he gets it a little bit more now. So
Good.
We'll see.
I'm very proud of you for finally having that conversation, because that's something we've talked about for a really long time.
I know.
Did you register for Blue Track Hall C?
Yes.
So one of the reasons I selected that track for Summit was because it had the supporting spouse topic.
Oh, cool.
And, I wanted for you and everybody else that's joining us to see that, and I'm excited to see that because I wanted to learn more about what we can do when we have somebody on the team who maybe doesn't have the most supporting spouse or something like that. Because, unfortunately for me, I haven't had to deal with that. But unfortunately, then I don't know how to help you girls who are kind of struggling with that. So it's definitely a learning experience for both sides. But I'm very proud of you for sitting down and having that conversation and just sharing with them how important it is for you. And Michelle, when you're on, you're on. I mean, you hit Success Club. When you go at it, you accomplish your goals. It's just there's some inconsistency there, and some of it is your health, and that throws you curveballs and things like that. But if you just stay focused and you keep that consistency, and it doesn't have to be like 0 to 10 and, you know, for a month, and then we fall off for a month or 6 weeks, and then we go 0 to 10, and then you just kept it at a 5 consistently, you would see your business grow so quickly.
I know. I'm doing a little bit better about adding people. I've added quite a few people in the last 2 weeks. So, I mean, it's people that I've known, you know, or I've used to work with, or friends of friends. So, you know, but it's the start. So I've gotten quite a few people that I've added lately. I'm up to like 772 friends.
Awesome.
And I've got like 663 followers on Instagram.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. So I'm doing better there. I just, you know, sometimes I just don't know what to post sometimes. Like I get, you know,
you need to create a schedule. You need to look at like,
and I did.
We have and start with 3 posts a day, so that way you can kind of get your feet wet and not feel like, oh, I have to post again, or I don't know what to post. I would rather see you girls make engaging, good posts once or twice a day than 5 just, oh shit, I've got to put something up.
Right. Well, and I went through that social media training that Kelly did. That was really awesome. So I did make myself a schedule, and I know what I need to post about. It's just sometimes I don't know how to word it, so it doesn't sound salesy and all that. And then I have problems coming up with the hashtags, because when I post on Instagram and I use the hashtags, I get all these It Works people coming at me, or Plexus, or all these other MLMs that come at me. And I'm not being rude to them. I'm just telling them, no, been there, done that. I'm not, already did that. So, because I keep getting all these messages from them. So, I don't know. I got to try and work out my hashtags so that they're not attracting, and I've been using gluten-free, and, because I've been posting more about gluten and posting recipes and stuff like that. So I am getting some of the gluten-free groups that are following me. So
That's
I don't
good.
know. I mean, it's still, I'm just working at it. And the social media training that Kelly did was really awesome. So if she does it again, I absolutely recommend everybody to do it.
Yeah.
That's struggling. So it was really good.
Awesome. So something I would recommend doing also is talking, if you want to add yourself to groups, searching something that's very specific to you. So celiac disease, gluten-free, things that you deal with, that you can connect with people and start building relationships with people that are going to relate back to you. And then I would start incorporating that into your posts, things that you have changed, just small, make a list of 10 things that you have changed since learning that you had celiacs, or that you needed to be gluten-free, or, whatever that looks like for you. And then post about that once a week. And there's 10 weeks, or once a week about one of those items that you can talk about. And then you can recycle them, because not everybody sees your posts all the time, and they're not going to know that 2 weeks ago you posted the same thing if you did a different day at a different time. So
and I
don't
did see that.
Recycle posts that are engaging and people, comment and
I have been doing that.
Yeah.
I'll go back and look and see what I posted and what, got more likes or comments on, and have been, trying to recycle a little bit, because I heard that on
That Jessie.
No, actually, Bonnie Engel. She's another good one.
I love her. Yeah. I posted a really good one from her and Raina in our group 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Bonnie Engel, you guys, some names, if you are not following people on YouTube, you need to. Awesome personal development on there and tips from the top coaches, and it's all there. Melanie Mitro, Bonnie Engel, Christy Curtis, Raina, I think it's is it Odell?
Odell.
Odell.
It's Odell.
Odell, Amy Silverman, Kelly, obviously, Kelly Hanner, April McDonald, Jessica Hill, who is one of Kelly's diamonds as well. She has some really great YouTube videos as well. So start following some of those people. And
Anita Myron is really good.
Anita Myron's amazing. Yes, Anita Myron.
Yeah, she is.
Janelle Summers.
Meg.
Yes, Lindsay Matway. And those are all some really good people to learn from. And think about what you struggle with. Are you currently struggling with inviting people? YouTube inviting, and look for those top coaches' names and listen to what they're sharing with you. That's all I do. Personal development's great, and if you can't go wrong with personal development. But if you're really struggling in one area, make your personal development intentional. Okay, so if you're inviting or sharing the coaching opportunity, pinpoint what you seem to be having a hurdle with, and look it up on YouTube. Sometimes there aren't books that are going to make that better. You Are a Badass is wonderful, but that's not, other than pumping you up and motivating you why you should be doing that, it's not necessarily giving you the script or how to handle objections or how to actually talk with people. You're going to get that by searching the top coaches on YouTube. Okay?
That's what I do. I'll put in, when I search YouTube, I'll put in Beachbody inviting or Beachbody, whatever, whatever topic seems to hit me that day that I feel that I'm struggling with. That's what I'll do. I'll Beachbody and then whatever the key word is.
Yeah.
And you can, you come across some really, really awesome coaches out there. you know, that's got some really good ideas. And, you know, these people are top coaches, so they didn't get there by
Success
chance.
leaves clues. Yeah, success leaves clues.
Yes.
They're successful, and what they're sharing is going to help you to be successful if you take action and implement. So a couple others I just thought of really quick is Josh Spencer and Scotty Hobbs.
Oh, yeah.
Two more and they're guys. So if you have guys on your team, or you're looking to have a couple guys, maybe they're family members or whatever, phenomenal men who have been extremely successful in the business. Okay.
And Josh Spencer has some really, really good ideas. Like, and he's got a couple of websites that, and I've got them written down somewhere. If I find it, I'll post them in the group.
Okay.
But like, you can put in where you're at right now, and it'll map out what you need to do to get to diamond, or you know, what you need to do to hit this volume or something like that. I'll have to try and find him. It's in my notes somewhere.
Yeah.
But I think he was on Kelly's call one time.
I think you're thinking of Jason Diebel.
Oh, yes, that's who I am.
Jason
I'm sorry.
Diebel is another guy.
Yes.
And he's the one that has created coachingcodes.com,
Yep.
as well as, I can't think of what the other one is, but it does. It shows you your volume and what you need to do. It breaks down color-coded your online office. And I can't remember what that website is, but Jason Diebel.
That's it.
Super, super successful.
I got him mixed up.
He's
he is. He's
kind of goofy and different, but he's super smart. He's a retired engineer, so he's extremely smart, you guys. And
I think he's Canadian.
He might be. He lives in Michigan.
Does he? But I think he's originally Canadian. So I think you kind of hear that in his voice, but I think he talks about coming from Canada.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyways,
I know he's been
really
longer than it's been in Canada, but I know he lives in Michigan. So
he's really on it.
Yeah.
So.
All right, girls. Well, I think we're about an hour in, so I'm going to let you get back to your evenings. I really appreciate everybody getting on the call. I think we had a good powwow session, got some good goals in place, some good action steps to move forward towards our goals this month. And just know this, you guys, it doesn't happen overnight. Just start taking those steps. Make sure you're taking steps to start creating that confidence within yourself and stepping outside of your comfort zone. Nobody says that you have to do this in a set amount of time, but if you don't take action and you don't move forward, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And that has seriously been my favorite quote, and I've been living by that for a couple weeks now because I heard it again, and it's totally true. If you don't make change or you don't take action, everything will remain the same. And when things remain the same and you're unhappy, you get discouraged. So give yourself a pat on the back for showing up every single week to be here, for showing up and being engaging in our group, and keep pushing through, keep reaching out to new people, building those relationships and inviting those people, and your business is going to grow. You're going to reach more people. You're going to impact lives, and you're going to help people. You just got to stay consistent. Okay. All right. I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Reminder, we do have our team call tomorrow evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think you're all Eastern. So, all right.
And we're on at 7:30, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
All right.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.